Hey, it's Winnie from Gluck's Gym, and today we'll be reviewing the Rogue Bella Bar. Now, Adrian really wanted to review this bar, but as the resident female lifter, I insisted I review it. Also, every time he uses this bar, his lifts skyrocket, and he doesn't need a bigger head. Now, let's start with what a Rogue Bella Bar is. To put it simply, it's a multi-purpose barbell that specs follow than those of a female competition CrossFit bar, with bronze bushing, a passive knurling, and 190k tensile strength. A multi-purpose bar is exactly what it sounds like. It's a bar that can be used for basically any type of training. And because of their versatility, I would recommend the multi-purpose bar if you can only have one bar or if you're just starting out and don't know what specific type of training you might end up doing. Now let's find out if this specific woman's bar holds up to its price tag. You may be asking yourself, what's the difference between a female and male bar? The answer in 2023 is pronouns. The real answer is that it will be lighter, shorter, and thinner than a standard barbell. The Bella Bar is basically a female version of an Ohio bar, which has been here the whole time and we didn't forget to put it out. So I'll be giving you both their specs to give you some context, and then we can talk about the benefits and drawbacks of a smaller bar. Now obviously, if you're competing where you would be using a female bar, then it would make sense to buy one, since you should practice how you play. But if that's not the case, then most bars are technically male bars and they're easier to find and resell. So that's something to take into consideration. That being said, most companies offer 15 kilogram bars. For example, Rep Fitness offers a 15 kilogram Colorado bar, and even though it's an imported bar, its price is startlingly close to the Bella Bar, which is made in America. But obviously, that's only one example of many, and if you guys are interested in some type of showdown between women's bars from all different companies, let me know in the comments below. And if anyone recommends I review a stripper pole or something weird, just know, I know, you're lonely. If you want more content with me in it, then make sure you subscribe, and if you purchase one of the bars we talk about today, please use an affiliate link, because that will give us a small commission at no cost to you and help me make some money back from buying this bar. I mentioned the weight of the bars because that's going to be the first major difference between a standard and women's bar. The Bella Bar weighs 15 kilograms while the Ohio Bar weighs 20. I've been seriously working out for years now and have the numbers to prove it, but we all start somewhere, and I remember being in my high school weight room barely able to lift the bar during bench, never mind overhead press. Having a lighter option like the Bella Bar would have been seriously helpful, since with the 20 kilogram bar I was using, there was no warming up since the bar was basically my max. And it's obviously difficult to practice your form when you're working with a weight that's too heavy. So if you're just starting out your weightlifting journey, it might be worth it to buy a lighter bar, especially since you can always add weight to a bar, but you can't take it away. Also, I'll let you in on a little secret. Even though I don't have the massive bulging arms like Adrian, I curl frequently, and when I do, I only use the Bella Bar, because with that lighter weight, it allows me to actually warm up before I go on to curl 350 pounds. Another big or little difference, since we're talking about millimeters, is the diameter of the bar. The Bella Bar has a 25 millimeter diameter, while the Ohio Bar has 28.5. The diameter of the bar is important because it impacts how well you can hold it, as well as whip and bouncing. This is why deadlift bars have smaller diameters, so the bar is easier to grip. For example, the Ohio deadlift bar has a 27 millimeter diameter. So to put it simply, the Bella Bar is very thin for our small, delicate women's hands. I'm kidding. A little, because women do have smaller hands, but I've been hook gripping my deadlifts for the past couple of years with a large variety of bars. And I can say while the smaller diameter makes things easier, don't think it will really impact you until you're deadlifting a lot of weight. I mean, my PR is 300 pounds on a 29 millimeter power bar, and I don't think it impacts me. That being said, I am 5'6", 150 and have big hands, so I'm not a small woman. And if you are, then maybe the diameter of the bar would impact you more. On the flip side, while having a thin bar is good for deadlift, rows, and other pulls, it might not be as good for things like bench or squat. I low bar squat, meaning the bar sits lower on my back, more over my traps instead of on top of my shoulders. So how well the bar holds onto my back really matters to me, especially since I don't have the large defined traps of our normal and less popular host. My squat PR is 285, and while I didn't try to PR with this bar, I've done some heavy sets, and I can say it was very difficult to keep the bar in the correct position, and my form suffered. But I think the bar having no center knurl is more to blame than the diameter, though it certainly didn't help. As for bench, similar to deadlift, I didn't have any problems. I do wonder if someone benching serious weight might complain about the bar digging into their hands, since it's thin so the weight isn't as distributed as it would be if you're using a standard bar. For me personally, the thin diameter isn't good or bad, it's just not what I'm used to. And a lot of my complaints might be coming from having learned how to lift and doing most of my lifts now with a standard or men's bar. Or because I'm spoiled and could literally lift with a different bar every day for 3 months. So enough talking about the difference in millimeters, God I feel like a nerd, now let's talk about the difference in inches. The last spec we'll go over is length. The Bella bar is just over 79 inches long with a loadable sleeve length of 13 inches compared to the Ohio bar with a length of almost 87 inches and a loadable sleeve length of 16.5 inches. That's a long way of saying the shafts are the same length and the only difference is the loadable sleeve length. While that is important, I don't think it would impact the average lifter, as I've never come anywhere close to maxing out a bar and I can't imagine many do. The cool thing about the Bella bar is just like with most of Rogue's multi-purpose bars, they come with a ton of different finish options. Finishes are important because they will greatly impact the durability, maintenance required, look, and knurling of your bar. I personally put a lot of importance into the knurl feeling because it's your direct connection to the bar and will impact you during every lift. Doesn't matter how pretty or expensive a bar is, if you can't get a grip on it or if it hurts, you're not going to use it. Some finishes will impact the knurling because they can fill it in, making it feel less harsh. The Bella bar, just like the Ohio bar, has a standard knurl, which is really not very helpful, Rogue, but I would say it's on the passive side. This bar right here has a stainless steel shaft. It's the most expensive and requires minimal maintenance, but it's also the best. Its corrosion resistance will last forever, and since it's stainless steel, nothing is filling the knurl, meaning it will be more aggressive and feel how it was designed to feel. Next, we have the Cerakote, which is sort of like the loud blonde party girl. She's the most popular because she's the most fun. This is where you start seeing the bright colors like hot pink, purple, my personal favorite electric green, and much more. Cerakote is generally a good durable finish that decreases the amount of maintenance required. Regardless of what finish you choose on the shaft, all the Cerakote Bella bars come with Rogue's proprietary matte black finish on the sleeve. This is a good sleeve finish and will hold up well. The downside to Cerakote is it will fill the knurl, making it more passive. Then we have the cheapest options like Black Zinc and Eco. While they are good finishes, in our experience, like with our Ohio bar, they wear much more quickly than your other choices. In the end, do you need a woman's bar to lift weights as a woman? Probably not. We are humans and love shiny new things. And if this is the shiny new thing that gets you in the gym and making some lifestyle changes, then the price tag is more than worth it. Also, this is a good bar. The build quality is amazing and the specs make it so you could use it forever. And husbands or boyfriends of the world, if you want to get your spouse to start working out with you, you need to make an environment where they feel comfortable working out. One of the ways to do that is to show her there's room for not only her, but her equipment as well. So the neon pink bar might not match your aesthetic and not be strictly necessary, but sometimes a little pink can go a long way. Thank you, Patreon. See you next time.